Ceuta is an 18.5 square kilometre autonomous city of Spain and an exclave located on the north coast of Africa, sharing a western border with Morocco. Separated from the Iberian Peninsula by the Strait of Gibraltar, Ceuta lies along the boundary between the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Ceuta, along with the Spanish exclave Melilla, is one of two permanently inhabited Spanish territories in mainland Africa. It was part of Cádiz province until March 14, 1995, when the city's Statute of Autonomy was passed. Ceuta, like Melilla, was a free port before Spain joined the European Union. As of 2011, it has a population of 82,376. Its population consists of Christians, Muslims, and small minorities of Jews and Indian Hindus. Spanish is the official language. The majority of the city's population are ethnic Spanish who were opposed to the idea of being ruled by Morocco. A poll conducted by Instituto Opina found that 87.9% of people from mainland Spain consider the two cities to be Spanish. History. Ceuta's location has made it an important commercial trade and military waypoint for many cultures, beginning with the Carthaginians in the 5th century BC, who called the city Abila. It was not until the Romans took control of the region in AD 42 that the port city, then named Sibtah, assumed an almost exclusive military purpose. It changed hands again approximately 400 years later, when Vandal tribes ousted the Romans. After being controlled by the Visigoths, it then became an outpost of the Byzantine Empire. Ceuta was an important Christian center since the 4th century, and consequently is the only place in the Maghreb where Roman heritage has continuously been present and survived until our days. Around 710, as Muslim armies approached the city, its Byzantine governor, Julian, changed his allegiance, and exhorted the Muslims to invade the Iberian Peninsula. Under the leadership of the Berber general Tariq ibn Ziyad, the Muslims used Ceuta as a staging ground for an assault on Visigothic Iberian Peninsula. After Julian's death, the Berbers took direct control of the city, which the indigenous Berber tribes resented. They destroyed Ceuta during the Karaite rebellion led by Mayzara al-Matgari in 740. Ceuta lay in ruins until it was resettled in the 9th century by Marcent Jarkas, chief of the Madrasa Berber tribe, who started the short-lived Banu Isam dynasty. His great-grandson briefly allied his tribe with the Idrisids, but the Banu Isam rule ended in 931 when he abdicated in favor of Abd ar-Rahman III, the Umayyad Caliph of Córdoba. Ceuta reverted to Moorish Andalusian rule in 927 along with Melilla, and later Tangier, in 951. Chaos ensued with the fall of the Umayyad Caliphate in 1031. Following this, Ceuta and the rest of Muslim Iberia were controlled by successive North African dynasties. Starting in 1084, the Almoravid Berbers ruled the region until 1147, when the Almohads conquered the land. Apart from Ibn Hud's rebellion of 1232, they ruled until the Tunisian Hafsids established control. The Hafsids' influence in the west rapidly waned, and Ceuta's inhabitants eventually expelled them in 1249. After this, a period of political instability persisted, under competing interests from the Kingdom of Fez and the Kingdom of Granada. The Kingdom of Fez finally conquered the region in 1387, with assistance from the Crown of Aragon. In 1415, during the Battle of Ceuta, the city was captured by the Portuguese during the reign of John I of Portugal. The Banu Marine Sultan besieged the city in 1418 but was defeated. Philip II ascended the Portuguese throne in 1580 and Spanish kings of Portugal governed Ceuta for 60 years. During this time, Ceuta attracted many residents of Spanish origin. Ceuta became the only city of the Portuguese Empire that sided with Spain when Portugal regained its independence in 1640, and war broke out between the two countries. On January 1, 1668 by the Treaty of Lisbon, King Afonso VI of Portugal recognized the formal allegiance of Ceuta to Spain and formally ceded Ceuta to King Carlos II of Spain. However, the originally Portuguese flag and coat of arms of Ceuta remained unchanged, and the modern-day Ceuta flag features the configuration of the Portuguese shield. The flag has the same background as that of the flag of the city of Lisbon. In July 1936, General Francisco Franco took command of the Spanish Army of Africa and rebelled against the Spanish Republican government. His military uprising led to the Spanish Civil War of 1936 to 1939. Franco transported troops to mainland Spain in an airlift using transport aircraft supplied by Germany and Italy. Ceuta became one of the first casualties of the uprising. General Franco's rebel nationalist forces repressed the citizens of Ceuta, while at the same time the city came under fire from the air and sea forces of the official Republican government. A monument was erected to honor Francisco Franco. The Llano Amarillo, inaugurated on July 13, 1940, still stands. The tall obelisk has been abandoned, but the shield symbols of the phalang and imperial eagle remain visible. When Spain recognized the independence of Spanish Morocco in 1956, Ceuta and the other plazas de soberano remained under Spanish rule. Spain considered them integral parts of the Spanish state, but Morocco has disputed this point. Culturally, modern Ceuta is part of the Spanish region of Andalusia. It was attached to the province of Cádiz until 1925, the Spanish coast being only 20 km away. It is a cosmopolitan city, with a large ethnic Berber Muslim minority as well as Sephardic Jewish and Hindu minorities. On November 5, 2007, King Juan Carlos I visited the city, sparking great enthusiasm from the local population and protests from the Moroccan government. It was the first time a Spanish head of state had visited Ceuta in 80 years. Since 2010, Ceuta have declared the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Adha or Feast of the Sacrifice, as an official public holiday. It is the first time a non-Christian religious festival has been officially celebrated in Spain since the Reconquista. Ecclesiastical History. The Catholic Diocese of Ceuta existed from 1417 to 1879. It was a suffragan of the Patriarchate of Lisbon until 1675 and the end of the Iberian Union, when Ceuta chose to remain linked to the King of Spain. Since then it has been a suffragan of the Archbishopric of Seville. The Diocese of Tanga was suppressed and incorporated to that of Ceuta in 1570. In 1851, upon the signature of the Concordat between the Holy See and Spain, the Diocese of Ceuta was agreed to be suppressed, being combined into the Diocese of Cádiz y Ceuta. Until then in the Diocese of Cádiz y Algeciras, the bishop was usually the apostolic administrator of Ceuta. The agreement was not implemented until 1879. Geography. Ceuta is dominated by Monte Añara, a hill along its western frontier with Morocco. The mountain is guarded by a Spanish fort. Monte Hacho on the peninsula de Armina overlooking the port is one of the possible locations for the southern Pillars of Hercules, of Greek legend. Climate, politics. Since 1995, Ceuta is, along with Melilla, one of the two autonomous cities of Spain. Ceuta is known officially in Spanish as Ciudad Autónoma de Ceuta, with a rank between a standard Spanish city and an autonomous community. Ceuta is part of the territory of the European Union. The city was a free port before Spain joined the European Union in 1986. Now it has a low tax system within the European monetary system. As of 2006, its population was 75,861. Ceuta has held elections every 4 years since 1979, for its 25-seat assembly. The leader of its government was the mayor until the autonomy statute had the title changed to the mayor-president. In the most recent election in 2011, the People's Party won 18 seats, keeping Juan Jesus Fivas as mayor-president, which he has been since 2001. The remaining seats are held by the regionalist Cabala's coalition and the Socialist Workers' Party. Ceuta is subdivided into 63 barriadas, such as Barriada de Birazu, Barriada de P. Alfonso, Barriada del Sacal, and El Hacho. Due to its small population, Ceuta elects only one member of the Congress of Deputies, the lower house of the Spanish legislature. Since the 2011 election, this post is held by Francisco Marquez de la Rubia of the PP. Dispute with Morocco. The government of Morocco has repeatedly called for Spain to transfer the sovereignty of Ceuta and Melilla, along with uninhabited islets such as the islands of Alhucemas, Belize and the Pedro Island, drawing comparisons with Spain's territorial claim to Gibraltar. In both cases, the national governments and local populations of the disputed territories reject these claims by a large majority. The Spanish position states that both Ceuta and Melilla are integral parts of Spain, and have been since the 16th century, centuries prior to Morocco's independence from France in 1956, whereas Gibraltar, being a British overseas territory, is not and never has been part of the United Kingdom. Some argue that Ceuta has been under Christian rule for a longer period than major cities in peninsular Spain such as Malaga, Granada or Almería, and has been so since before the creation of the Spanish state in 1475. Morocco denies these claims and maintains that the Spanish presence in Ceuta and the other presidios on its coast is a remnant of the colonial past which should be ended. However, the United Nations list of non-self-governing territories do not consider those Spanish territories to be colonies, whereas it does declare Gibraltar as a non-decolonized territory. The claims on the Spanish territories is part of the bigger nationalist movement Greater Morocco, that includes Mauritania, Western Sahara, north of Mali and several Algerian provinces. Morocco often uses the nationalistic recovery on the autonomous cities to conceal domestic problems. Economy. The official currency of Ceuta is the euro. It is part of a special low-tax zone in Spain. Ceuta is one of two Spanish port cities on the northern shore of Africa, along with Melilla. They are historically military strongholds, free ports, oil ports, and also fishing and smuggling centers. Today the economy of the city depends heavily on its port and its industrial and retail centers. Ceuta heliport is now used to connect the city to mainland Spain by air. Education. The University of Granada offers undergraduate programs at their campus in Ceuta. Like all areas of Spain, Ceuta is also served by the National University of Distance Education. Demographics. Due to its location, Ceuta is home to a mixed ethnic religious population. The four main religious groups are Christian, Muslim, Jewish and Hindu. Approximately 50% of the population is Spanish Christian, approximately 49% Arab Berber Muslim, 0.25% Jewish, 0.25% Hindu, and 0.10% Roma. Spanish is the primary and official language of the enclave. Modern Standard Arabic and Moroccan Arabic are also widely spoken, as well as French and Berber. A significant minority speaks English because of the proximity to Gibraltar. Transport. The city receives high numbers of ferries each day, most from Spain. Ferries cross from Algeciras and Andalusia in the south of Spain. Occasionally, cruise ships stop by. There is a bus service throughout the city which does not pass into neighboring Morocco. Ceuta has a regular helicopter service from Ceuta heliport to mainland Spain. The closest airport is Sania Ramel Airport. Religion. Christianity has been present in Ceuta continuously since the fall of the Western Roman Empire. The ruins of a basilica in downtown Ceuta confirm this reality. In 1415, on reconquering the city from the Muslims, the Portuguese started the construction of the Cathedral of St. Mary of the Assumption. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Ceuta was established 2 years later, and was amalgamated with the Roman Catholic Diocese of Cádiz y Ceuta, in 1851. The present cathedral, from the late 17th century, combines Baroque and neoclassical elements. Twin towns are Euro-sister cities. Ceuta is twinned with Ceuta, Italy, Algeciras, Spain, Cádiz, Spain, Guadalajara, Mexico, Melilla, Spain, Santara Copyright M, Portugal. See also. Septem, AD Ceuta, former football club, Arab baths in Ceuta, Plazas de Sobrena or a Euro-Spanish exclaves on the Moroccan coast, Benza Ceuta border fence, Royal Wars of Ceuta, Melilla, list of Spanish colonial wars in Morocco, Spanish Morocco, Porteadoras a Euro-mule ladies, Baal workers, references. This article incorporates text from a publication now in the public domain. A Herbermann, Charles, ed. Diocese of Cádiz. Catholic Encyclopedia. Robert Appleton Company. External links, Spanish, official Ceuta government website.